the most gracious and the most merciful. Honorable Chief Guest, respected teachers, and my dear fellows, Assalamu alaikum. I have come here to speak on the topic, child is the father of man. The first thought that comes in mind is, how can a child be the father of man? But as I sat down last night in the company of twinkling stars, I traveled down the memory lane of history into 19th century to make a sense out of this absurd looking thought. It was in the green mountains of a beautiful village in England that a great English poet poured words of importance and wisdom that echoed in places as old as the hills of Egypt and have remained increasingly relevant as ever since then. About 3 centuries back, William Wordsworth observed that in a child can I see the father of tomorrow, the builder of the nation, the laugh of an innocent dove, and the destructive hunger of a wolf. And that in a child can I see the presence of a being as sweet as a poison, that the child is a seed which will grow for the adult man. Dear viewers and listeners, childhood is the most crucial and significant part in a human being's development. The ancient tradition of wisdom that grew up in the hands of the great philosophers used to believe that it is the period of 7 years to 10 years of a person's life that shapes the life of a man. This period becomes his most absorbing year of growth. That is why it is said that if you want to find out the character of the nation, find out how it treats its budding engine of future life. In simple words, how it treats its children. Understandably then, if the right seed are sown in these 7 years, and if the right set of values and behavior is propagated, for sure the harvest would yield great human beings who would believe in love, in kindness, in mercy, in peace and prosperity, than hatred and mercilessness and anarchy and violence. The relevant line of thought that should become the subject of my discussion here is, today's children will be the fathers of tomorrow's men. What we inculcate in our children's mind today will be passed on to the future generation. Many youngsters blessing our land today will be the presidents, inventors, scientists, philosophers, and they will rule the world. But some of them can also go into a disarray that could walk the hard terrain of hatred and violence and become a source of disturbance and destruction. Your Honor, Abraham Lincoln was concerned regarding his child's course of life. He sent his child with a letter in his hands to a teacher with a concerning set of directions. Dear teacher, teach him to have sublime faith in himself, because then he will have faith in humankind. Teach him to be kind and loving. Teach him to work hard for a better and responsible life. Teach him that he has a responsibility to the society to work for his betterment. Whatever a child learns in his early childhood, his attitude, temperament, I'll go with him until his last breath, until his death. Child is the purest form of the man because he is ready to trust and love. He has no hatred or envy for anyone. He learns whatever he has started at home, school, or in society. Parents teach the children to have faith in humankind, but to fulfill this requirement, he has to have faith in himself. I ask the parents, have you worked on the growth of your children? Teachers teach the students to be kind and peaceful, but the teacher should first have these values in his life. Only then he or she can inspire the students. Your Honor, Nelson Mandela once said, the only weapon that can change the world is the power of education. Dear friends, teachers and politicians, I ask all of you, are we going on the right path? Are we producing such a broad-minded students in our schools and colleges who can then become a source of progress and development for us? Isn't it time to look deep into ourselves and ask and find out, are we teaching the children the right kind of values? If we are, then why is my country in the grip of hatred and violence and extremism? Some among us have this degenerating tendency to blame others for our wrongs. But I say to you, it's a huge mistake. had Shakespeare been alive today, he would have reminded us through Julius Caesar. Dear Pakistanis, the fault is not in our stars, it's in ourselves. It is we who are responsible for the problems we are in, not our fate or other force. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, with his sad heart, reminded us in deep pain. My dear Muslims, verily Allah will not change your conditions until you come forward to change your conditions. Your Honor, therefore, learning good ways of life is a continuous process, and it goes till one dies. That is what sociologists call this process is socialization. By nature, a child has the ability to learn new things, and he is more inclined in adventures. William Wordsworth said, "Never let the child die in you." It all speaks volumes that the child helps the man to learn, to be socialized according to the norms and values of the society. Hence, in view of the above argument, we can rightly say that child is the father of man. Thank you very much.